Welcome back. In this video here, we're going to work with the double and the decimal data types, two of the bigger floating point types. The most common is definitely the double. Double is probably more common. If you're working with very large numbers like currency numbers, then you would want to work with the decimal because decimal has a very large data range. So let's go ahead and let's start with the double. Now the reason that I am leaving all of this up here from previous lessons and videos is because later I will be in one of our lessons. We're going to put these into methods, and basically that's just kind of just creating a method and copying and pasting the code into the method, and then calling it from within main. So let's go ahead and let's do a double, and we'll say dbl my double equals, and again 47874.4787451, and we'll just kind of put in a number in there, and let's print information about my double. Now, if you made it this far, you're obviously catching on to some degree if you have never worked with programming before. But to be honest, C# is a pretty easy language to start with. Many experts have claimed that it has surpassed Java as a language. For a while there, Java was the language to work with because it was a very powerful language, and it is still a very powerful language. But with some of the new features, especially in 4.0 that Microsoft has put out, C# has become a very powerful language, and it has become a very powerful language very quickly. So let's go ahead and thus far, because I have worked with Visual Basic, I find, it's pretty easy to migrate into C#, especially once you already know like JavaScript or Java. The syntax pretty straightforward. But if you have only worked with VB, the hardest thing that you'll find is just working with the syntax. And once you have the syntax down, it's pretty easy because Visual Basic and C# work with the same APIs, which means you work with the same class library. So let's go ahead and double get type console.write line, and we'll say the range, and I will have to put this in use a string. Now my format string here is going to be a tad different because it is a floating point number. I usually have this here, but I need to add a 0.0 because there is a decimal involved here. Double dot min value plus 2 and string dot format I need to get rid of that little parenthesis right there. That's my fault. And I really enjoy programming. I mean, there's a lot to it, but if you're looking for a career that will always stimulate your brain cells, this is it right here. Okay, because you're forever learning, and that's just what I like about it. I mean, there is no stopping and reading books, or you constantly read books. It really Doesn't matter what stage you are in your career. It's just the way it is. Okay, and we have to use a format string, same way here. And DBL my double. And then okay, let's kind of see. You know what? I really. Oh wait a minute! I want to read this here. We have unhandled exceptions. System that format exception input string was not incorrect. Okay. And I know why. That's good that that happened, so you can see like real time of how we we fix problems here. And again, sometimes fast typing results in errors. There we go. Okay. This is just ridiculous. I didn't realize really how big this was until just now. But this is the range of a double. Just make sure I have that correct, and I do. So that's a very large number. No, something isn't right there. Is it? Yeah, system dot double. I guess so. Now let me see when I take out these two here, and I'll take out this. Boy, I tell you what, that is a large number. Okay, well, you can see where we're going here. Okay, so that is the double. Now, here we're going to work with the decimal, which is much larger. And we're going to say my decimal equals, we're just going to punch in some numbers here, point. Now, let's see if it, okay, and this is going to come up with an error. Literal type double cannot be implicitly converted to type decimal. Use an M suffix to create a literal of this type. Let's do what it says. And that should take care of that problem, and it does. So print information about, when I made a little, boy, I just can't believe how big that number was. I mean, that was just incredible. It just goes to show you what computers are capable of doing. And it just seems like anymore, the further we go with technology, the bigger numbers it's able to process. More precision numbers. Okay, so console.write line, and let's go ahead and say the type. Console.write line. Okay, the value. We're going to wait a minute. What's going on here? What? Console that to write the line. Oh, we need a. Sometimes they can be. Okay, I'm just kind of fixing problems right here. If you're wondering what's going on. Okay, and voila. Also, a very large number. So basically, in conclusion, the double and the decimal are very large floating point numbers. Next, we're going to cover the string and the char data types.